Ever wondered what our ancestors did for fun? What were the first games ever played? Imagine a time when screens were non-existent and entertainment was purely tactile and social. Today we're embarking on an intriguing journey back in time, tracing the history of games back to their roots. We'll explore the earliest known amusements that sparked joy and competition and paved the way for the games we know and love today. Join us as we count down the top 10 oldest games in history. Starting our countdown at number 10, we have the game of This fascinating game hails from the ancient city of situated in modern-day Iraq. It's believed to have been played as far back as 3,000 years BCE. The game of as we understand it today, is a race game, a bit like our modern-day Ludo or Sorry, where the objective is to traverse a board and reach the end before your opponent does. The game held significant cultural importance in ancient Mesopotamia, serving as both a pastime and a tool for divination. The role of the tetrahedral dice could predict the future, according to Mesopotamian belief. This connection to the divine, combined with the game's widespread popularity, made it a staple of Mesopotamian society. The game of a testament to ancient Mesopotamian ingenuity. Moving on to number 9, we explore the ancient Egyptian game of Senet. Senet, one of the world's oldest known board games, dates back to at least 3100 BC. The game was immensely popular in ancient Egypt and was even played by pharaohs themselves. Senet is a two-player game that involves strategy, luck, and a bit of ancient Egyptian religious beliefs. The game board consists of 30 squares, arranged in 3 rows of 10. Each player has a set of pawns that they maneuver across the board, with the objective of being the first to remove all their pawns from the board. The rules of Senet are not entirely known, as they weren't explicitly recorded. However, historians and game enthusiasts have pieced together plausible rules based on ancient texts and tomb paintings. But Senet was more than just a game. It held a deep cultural and religious significance. It was believed that a good Senet player would be protected by the gods and have a successful journey in the afterlife. Senet, a game that transcended time in the land of the pharaohs. At number 8, another game from ancient Egypt, Mehen. Named after an ancient Egyptian snake deity, Mehen is a board game that dates back to around 3000 BC. The game board is designed in a coiled serpent shape, lending a unique aesthetic appeal that's symbolic of its origins. The rules of Mehen are not entirely known, but it's believed to have been a race game involving several players who moved pieces along the snake's coiled body. The aim was likely to reach the center of the coil, symbolizing the snake's head, and then return to the start. Mehen wasn't just a game for leisure, it held significant cultural importance. Its design and gameplay are thought to represent the cyclical nature of life and death, a concept deeply ingrained in ancient Egyptian culture. The game also appears in various ancient Egyptian artworks, showcasing its prominence in social life. Mehen, a game that represents the cyclical nature of life and death. Coming in at number 7, we have Mancala. This age-old game traces its roots back to ancient Africa, with archaeological evidence suggesting it might have been played as far back as the 6th century. The game's simplicity is deceptive. Beneath its straightforward rules lies a strategic depth that has captivated players for centuries. Mancala is played on a board with 2 rows of pits, each player controlling 1 row. The objective? To capture more stones than your opponent. The game begins with a set number of stones in each pit, and players take turns distributing these stones, one by one, in a counterclockwise direction. The strategy comes into play when a player's last stone lands in a pit with other stones, capturing them all. Despite its humble origins, Mancala has spread far and wide, finding popularity across Africa and Asia. It's a testament to the game's enduring appeal and strategic depth. Mancala, a simple yet strategic game that has endured the test of time. At number 6, we delve into the Eastern world with the game of Go. Originating from ancient China over 2,000 years ago, Go is one of the oldest board games that is still widely played today. The game is deceptively simple, with players placing black and white stones on a grid. However, beneath this simplicity lies a game of profound complexity. The goal is to control more territory than your opponent, but achieving that requires strategic thinking, careful planning, and the ability to adapt quickly to changing situations. Go's cultural significance in East Asia cannot be overstated. It has been considered one of the 4 essential arts of a cultured Chinese scholar in ancient China, and is deeply woven into the fabric of East Asian culture. It's more than just a game, it's a reflection of philosophy, strategy, and life itself. Go, a game of strategy and foresight that still captivates today. Halfway through our countdown at number 5, we have Backgammon. Originating from the ancient Near East, Backgammon is a timeless classic that has survived and thrived for approximately 5,000 years. This engaging game is a testament to the longevity of simple yet strategic gameplay. Backgammon's rules are straightforward, yet they allow for a depth of strategy that has kept players engaged for millennia. Each player has 15 checkers, and the objective is to move all of them off the board while navigating around the opponent's pieces. Despite its simplicity, the game requires a delicate balance of strategy and chance, with each roll of the dice potentially turning the tide of the game. The cultural significance of backgammon cannot be understated. This game was a common pastime in the ancient Near East, and it continues to be a beloved game in many cultures around the world today. It's a game that transcends borders and time, connecting us with our past. Backgammon, a game of chance and strategy that has spanned continents. Number 4 brings us to the strategic game of chess. Originating from northern India in the 6th century, this 2-player game has been a symbol of intellectual prowess for more than a millennium. The game of chess is a perfect blend of strategy, tactics, and foresight. Each player starts with 16 pieces, 1 king, 1 queen, 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops, and 8 pawns, each with its unique movement and capture rules. Chess is not just a game, it's a mental battlefield. Every move in chess is a new puzzle, demanding the players to think several steps ahead and anticipate their opponent's strategies. It's a game where the triumph of the mind is celebrated above physical prowess. Chess has transcended borders, becoming a universal language spoken by millions across the globe. It's an integral part of the world's cultural fabric, from the dusty parks of New York to the grand chess halls of Russia. Chess, the ultimate game of strategy and foresight. At number 3, we have the timeless game of checkers. Originating from an ancient game called Alquerque, believed to have been played in ancient Egypt as far back as 1400 BC, checkers has withstood the test of time. It's a game of pure strategy, where each player begins with 12 pieces, and the goal is to capture all of your opponent's pieces, or block them so they cannot move. The beauty of checkers lies in its simplicity, making it accessible to players of all ages. Yet the strategic depth it offers is immense. Its popularity has spread far and wide, from the dusty roads of rural villages to the sophisticated lounges of urban cities. In fact, it has become a universal symbol of strategy and wit, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. Today, checkers continues to be a beloved pastime for millions around the world, a testament to the enduring power of simple, strategic gameplay. Checkers, a testament to the universal appeal of simplicity and strategy. And finally, at number 1, we have the oldest known game, the Royal Game of Ur. This ancient game, dating back to around 2500 BC, originated in what is now known as Iraq, in the region that was once ancient Mesopotamia. The Royal Game of Ur, often referred to as the Game of 20 Squares, is a 2-player strategy race game. It's played on a board resembling a small table with 3 rows of squares. Each player has 7 tokens, and the objective is to move all 7 of your tokens through the course on the board and off the board before your opponent does the same. The game holds a significant cultural value in ancient Mesopotamia. It was not only a popular pastime, but was also seen as a reflection of the journey of life, filled with uncertainties and the whims of fate, symbolized by the toss of the game's unique pyramidal dice. But what is truly fascinating about the Royal Game of Ur is its enduring legacy. Despite the passage of over 4,000 years, The game continues to be played today, a testament to its timeless appeal and the universal human love for strategic competition. From the royal game of to checkers, the history of games tells us a lot about our ancestors and the cultures they created. Games, it seems, are as old as civilization itself.